Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into the highly lucrative but honestly sometimes kind of misunderstood world of new construction. We're going to unpack the exact playbook real estate professionals use to expand their inventory and become absolutely indispensable new build experts for their clients. So, let's just get right into it.
It all starts with a pretty simple conversation, right? Your client tells you they want something brand new. A place where nobody has ever cooked in the kitchen or stepped on the carpets. But the second you hear that, you've got to shift gears. Because the process for new construction, it's vastly different from your traditional resale. You're no longer just throwing in an offer and crossing your fingers. Suddenly, you're navigating builders, entirely new construction timelines, very specific types of contracts, and completely different financing structures. Knowing how to manage all these moving parts is absolutely essential if you want to guide that transaction smoothly.
And look, when your clients step into the business world of new home builders, they are often swimming in totally unfamiliar waters. They might not know the specific jargon, the unique pricing structures, or the hidden construction pitfalls. So your goal here? You need to act as their guiding light. Providing that level of expertise and crystal clear clarity is exactly what they need to navigate what is, let's face it, a massive financial decision, and to do it with total confidence.
Now, there's a really stark contrast between the two main players in this space, and figuring out who you're actually dealing with dictates your entire strategy. On one side, we've got custom home builders. These are typically your local operations doing maybe 1 or 2 homes at a time for very specific buyers. In fact, they usually won't even break ground until a customer is officially lined up. On the flip side, you have tract or inventory builders. These guys operate nationwide. They might literally have 10 to 15 inventory homes already on the ground at any given time across multiple communities.
So, if your client's needs happen to align with that tract or inventory route, it is a truly fantastic path to take. Why? Because these builders operate at a massive scale. They actually have dedicated on-site salespeople who will handle the bulk of the heavy contract paperwork for you. Plus, to move all that heavy inventory, they frequently offer phenomenal incentives. We're talking massive rate buydowns or huge design center credits. And because they have all that inventory readily available, your clients have way more immediate options. They don't have to wait a full year just to move in.
But if your client has a very specific vision and really wants to go the custom route, well, the financial reality shifts pretty dramatically. An absolutely crucial hurdle you have to prepare them for right up front is the deposit. Most custom home builders require 10 to 20% down just to start the build. Setting this expectation early is vital, folks. If the liquidity just isn't there, a custom build might not even be feasible. By establishing this baseline right out of the gate, you've honestly saved everyone a ton of wasted time.
Financing a custom home is really like putting together a giant puzzle. First off, if your client doesn't already own the land, you absolutely must factor the lot cost into that final price. It's non-negotiable. Then, you've got to do the legwork to understand current market rates by requesting the price per square foot from multiple builders. And here's a key strategy straight from the playbook. Always ask builders to price this out based on medium finishes. Doing this gives you a solid, realistic baseline. From there, you and your client can confidently negotiate and adjust the budget up for those high-end luxury upgrades or down for standard options.
Okay, this next point is a crucial technical concept, and it directly impacts the wallet. You have got to understand the difference between livable and buildable square footage. Livable square footage is just your traditional, climate-controlled living space, right? And pricing based solely on this will generally show a higher price per square foot. But buildable square footage includes the entire footprint. So if your client is demanding this massive 3-car garage to store all the gym equipment they swear they're going to use this year, quoting them just the livable square footage is going to lead to a nasty surprise. Those extra buildable areas will significantly increase that final price tag.
Let's pivot to your network. The playbook suggests a very specific strategy to actually succeed in this space, because you can't just walk into a sales center cold and expect VIP treatment. That's just not how it works. First, narrow your focus to 1 to 3 builders, ideally spanning low, medium, and high-end markets so you can service literally any client. Then, stay on their radar. Make weekly visits or calls to learn their product inside and out. And finally, take them out to lunch once a month. It's all about consistent, genuine relationship building with those builder sales reps.
Now, putting in all this time up front, it's an investment that pays massive dividends. By consistently showing up and demonstrating that you truly understand their product, you're proving your dedication to your real estate career. And believe me, when builder reps see that level of competence and commitment, they will absolutely start bringing more sales and direct leads right to your door.
But here's kind of a funny paradox when working with those tract builders. Once you bring a client in and walk through those doors, the absolute best strategy is to actually step back. Seriously. The on-site reps are highly trained on their specific product. They know every single floor plan and upgrade intimately. So your job? Just go there, smile, and let the builder's representative take the lead. Letting them sell the homes is hands down the most effective and seamless path to getting that deal closed.
So while the rep is busy selling the house, what are you doing? Well, your job is to do some insider reconnaissance. Walk the community, actually talk to the neighbors, ask them point blank how quickly the builder fixes warranty issues. You want to make sure they actually take care of their residents. Also, pro tip, if your client has some flexibility, target the end of the year. Builders are highly motivated to get inventory off their books before the year closes out. The deals you can find during this time are absolutely insane, making it the perfect time to negotiate.
As their guiding light, you also have to act as their ultimate shield. Builder contracts are notoriously dense. Sometimes they're thick enough to use as a doorstop, right? And they heavily favor the builder. Always read the contract so you understand exactly what your clients are getting into. But, and this is a big but, never cross the line into giving legal advice. You are a real estate professional, not a lawyer. If there are any questions about clauses or liability, always advise your client to have that contract read by their attorney.
Now, there's this really common myth out there that brand new houses don't need inspections. Let me tell you, that is entirely false. You must implement the double inspection strategy. First, mandate an independent third-party inspection before move-in to catch any of those sneaky construction mistakes. But here's how you become a true hero to your client. Set a calendar reminder to call them at month 10. Advise them to get a second independent inspection done right then. Why? Well, because most new homes come with a fantastic 1-year, almost everything warranty. Catching any settling issues at month 10 allows the builder to fix them on their dime right before that critical window closes.
All right, we've covered a ton of ground, from the crucial differences in builders and the math behind square footage, to the vital strategies that protect your buyers from that initial contract all the way to month 10. As inventory challenges continue to push more and more buyers toward new construction, the role of the traditional agent is undoubtedly shifting. So the question really isn't just whether you can learn these steps, it's whether you're ready to evolve from a traditional salesperson into an indispensable consultant in the new build ecosystem. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.